Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Little Marketing Podcast, where we provide small business owners across the globe with smart and tangible marketing advice for their small business. So I'm super excited about today's episode because what I'm going to do, I'm going to compare the mindset of a small business owner that is marketing led and marketing driven versus a small business and an owner that isn't marketing led and that doesn't take action in marketing for their small business. And I'm going to compare the two across three different types of scenarios so you can see the stark contrast between marketing led, marketing driven, and one that isn't. So let's get into today's episode. So the first perspective that I want to talk about is the perspective of actually taking action. So let's talk about the mindset of that from a business that doesn't take action. So what are the reasons why a business owner or a business doesn't take action in their marketing? Well, there's a few different reasons. One is potentially that they think that marketing won't have an impact in their business because they've either tried it before, or their friends tell them it doesn't work, or they've read too much information on social media that tells them that marketing doesn't work, and they think that their business is above and beyond marketing. It could be that they're just skeptical, or that they've tried marketing before, but they maybe didn't execute it and deliver it in the right way, and so it didn't get them the result. So for them, it's put marketing off forever, and it's something that they're scared of, and there's a bit of fear. They don't want to waste time, money, energy, and skills on marketing ever again, and that's completely understandable. But it shouldn't then push them away from marketing forever, because we know as smart business owners that marketing, if done right, can have an impact on your revenue and your profit. What are other reasons why businesses don't take action? Time, that's always a good excuse. They feel like they're too busy running their business, they're too deep in the business. Well, that's an issue in itself. As we know, a good business and a good business owner should be working on their business and not in their business. So working on their business, marketing is a great example of that. So time is always a great excuse. The other reason is that they just want everything to be perfect. I call this perfect procrastination. So what do I mean by that? So there's always a reason why a business owner puts off marketing, and it's always because they feel like their business isn't ready to project marketing. They feel like they don't have all their ducks in the row for their marketing and their message and their visuals and their website, and nothing's ever going to be perfect for them, so they never start marketing, and things always get put off. So then we have perfect procrastination because nothing's perfect. They're always procrastinating and nothing ever gets done, and hence they don't take action in their marketing. The other is that there's just not a good time. Oh, it's not a good time to do marketing now. I'm too busy doing this, or the competitor is doing that, or my staff are doing this. Like, there's always an excuse why now is not a good time. And I think a lot of it comes down to fear of wasting time, maybe fear of losing money, fear that it won't work, fear of putting themselves on camera, fear of exposing themselves and putting themselves out there. There's lots of fear, and we see working with business owners, the small business mindset is very different versus a marketing manager that works within a big corporate. The marketing manager in a big corporate, and I'm generalizing, but they want to see their name in bright lights. In 2 years' time, when they're not at their company, they don't care if the business has made a profit or the business has driven revenue because they're not going to be there. But for a business owner, they have everything on the line. They've got their mortgage, their kids, their family, like they've got everything on the line to lose. And so fear and being scared is another reason that's holding them back from taking action in their marketing. So now let's compare it to a business that does take action. So let's pretend a business starts taking action today. They maybe put together a marketing plan. They look at how they're different to the competitors, and then they maybe build a website, or they start to post on social media once a week, or they send an email out to their database once every couple of weeks. At least they're starting to take action. And as we see with all of our clients, that the marketing will evolve. It's not perfect from day one. We learn, we measure, we look at analytics, we see if inquiries are coming in, and the marketing and the messaging and all those things will slowly evolve over time, but they can't evolve over time if there isn't action taken in the first place, because we can't learn if we're not taking action. And that's like in anything in our life. When we're starting to learn to play golf, we can't improve our golf if we haven't started and we haven't made mistakes and we haven't looked at our swing and our grip and all these things that we can improve on. If we don't start, we can't improve. So it's making a start and taking action in your marketing. Again, it's not going to be perfect from day one. And yes, you might get feedback, and that's great. You can learn from feedback. And the first time you put yourself on camera, yes, you're going to be embarrassed and you're going to cringe and all those types of things, but who cares? It's about taking action versus the other business owner who constantly puts off taking action in their marketing. And while you've done 3 months, 6 months, a year's worth of marketing that has evolved and has become closer to perfect, the other guy is in his perfect procrastination state, hasn't taken action, and you are 12 months ahead in your business more than the perfect procrastinator. So taking action, that's the first perspective that I want you to overcome and just get a start. So if we talk about getting a start, where is a good place for a business to start? So let's take an example of a business that a non-marketing led business. So let's discuss it from a point of difference and a positioning perspective. So when we talk about positioning is all about positioning your business and your brand in the minds of your customers that is different to the competition, that eliminates the competition, or where there is the least amount of competition. So if we talk about this from a non-marketing led business, then this business will be running their business without any point of difference or communicating any point of difference. They will more than likely, and most business owners are in a really competitive space. So if your actions and your service and your product is just like everybody else, then you're making it really hard for people to choose you over the competition. You're not giving them a reason to change or to make a decision to choose you. If your message, your look, your feel, your service, your product, your truck, like everything looks the same, you're not going to cut through. We live in such an over-communicated and cluttered world. So if you are doing the same thing as everybody else, it's going to make it super hard for you to cut through and give people a reason to choose you. Now, if we look at it from a business that does have a positioning and a point of difference, then this business is doing action that is different to their competitors, and they are positioning themselves in the minds of their customers that is different. So how are they positioning themselves differently? They may be positioning themselves differently in terms of the type of service that they actually provide. So the actual specific offering, it could be the specific product has a unique point of difference to them. It could be the target audience that they're focusing on. So maybe they just focus on a particular, for example, they focus on men aged between the ages of 40 and 60, and that's their target audience, and they communicate that. It could be that their focus and their positioning is based on a particular region or a city, and so they communicate that. And so if you add all those types of different point of differences together and they drive those point of differences in their communication, so what I mean by that, they actually communicate it and tell people why they're different rather than just doing it but not communicating it. And that's where taking action in the marketing is so important. So you've got a positioning and a point of difference. You need to now actually take action and communicate that to the outside world. Again, it's not going to be perfect on day one, but it's about taking action and communicating that point of difference. So you've taken action and you've created a point of difference. You're already 2 steps ahead to the business that hasn't taken action. So you've taken action, you've got a positioning, you're communicating that positioning. So you're already 10 steps ahead from the business owner and the mindset of a business that isn't marketing led. So you're already taking a big lead and giving your business another chance of achieving success. Now, just a quick break for this podcast. If you feel like your business is in the need of taking action and you need a business to support you and help you in that consultative approach, then Little Marketing is here for you. Now, send us an email to askask@littlemarketing.com.au. That's askask@littlemarketing.com.au. Let's have a chat and see if our team of consultants can help you. Okay, let's get back into it. And the third key area is that if you've taken action and you've created a positioning, it's about having consistency. So let's again look at the business that isn't marketing led. So they haven't taken action and they haven't gotten a start in their marketing. They've created no point of difference and no positioning. And as a result of that, they can't create any consistency in the message that they're putting out there, in the frequency of the activity that they're putting out there. So they're just sitting in this little corner in their office, not having taken any action, not really creating any point of difference, just plowing through a day at a time, sitting comfortably and not taking any action. And because they haven't taken action and there's no positioning, they've got no consistency to drive forward and create any frequency or cohesion or memorability around their business or their brand. But if we take the business that is marketing led, that is marketing driven, that has taken the step to take action, they're not doing perfect procrastination, then they've created a positioning and a point of difference. That now gives them the chance to communicate that positioning and that point of difference consistently. So consistently in two ways: consistency in a message perspective, so they're repeating that same positioning and that point of difference over and over again across all their touch points, whether it's their website, their emails, their social media, their podcasts, their billboards, whatever the action they're taking is, they have the ability to use a consistent message. And the second thing about consistency is consistency in the frequency. So they're doing it as often as possible and as regular as possible. So that could mean that they're posting on social media every day. It could mean that they're sending an email out to their database once a week. It could mean that they have running a Google AdWords campaign constantly and consistently. So again, the frequency of the activity is there because they've created a point of difference and because they have taken action in their marketing. They have a marketing mindset, they are a marketing-led business, and they want to go past the business sitting over here that hasn't taken action, that has no point of difference, and that isn't communicating anything from a consistency perspective. So if you think about those two business owner mindsets, it's so obvious that the marketing mindset, the marketing driven business owner over here is going to be 10 steps ahead of the business owner that doesn't take any marketing action at all. Now you can see how passionate I am about this because you don't need to have a marketing background or have any understanding of marketing to know that the business that's taking action, that's communicating consistently, is going to do much better or have a much better chance of success than the business that doesn't take any action. And I think that's the most frustrating thing for me, is that businesses that don't take action, and it's not just in their marketing, maybe it's understanding their numbers or driving their team forward or just taking action and making a difference in their business to be 1% better today than they were yesterday. And you can't be 1% better if you're not taking action in your business. So take action, create that point of difference, and make sure you are communicating consistently from a frequency perspective and also from a message perspective as well. So again, I hope you got lots out of today. Please share this with a business owner who you feel like needs that bit of a push and bit of that motivation to drive their business forward, that you feel maybe they're a bit stagnant and they need that extra little nudge to get their business going. So yes, please share, please give us a rating and review, and we'll see you back next week.
Please note that all the information provided on this podcast is general in nature and is not intended to be specific advice to your individual situation. Please be sure to engage a professional for a customized approach to your business and personal circumstances.